Hello, my name is Rich Howard, owner of Architectural Builders Supply. This video is to bring you a closer look at the Rixson. This is their part number 012144R-AS. This is an arm cap and screw cover. So basically when you have a Rixson floor closer, and I don't know the model that this is compatible with, or it could be a heavy-duty pivot as well. We're going to discover what models it's for. When you have that pivot, you've got that big giant, arm that's underneath the door. Well, it's got a large knuckle that's standing proud. You need to dress that off, and voila, this is it. This is actually for a right hand application is what it is. And this is the arm cap and screw cover. So you've got that large arm, my elbow is the bottom of the door where the pivot is. That arm cap's going to fit on, and you'll have a single screw holding it on. And if you ever take notice of a Rixson, a very heavy-duty floor pivot offset or a offset floor closer, yeah, they've got arm cap covers, and that's all that this is. Why would someone buy this? It could have been removed and lost. It could have been vandalized. It could have been unintentionally damaged, whatever the case might be. Let's take some basic dimensional properties. Overall width, about 2 11/16. Overall height, about 1 1/16. Overall width at its widest place appears to be about 1 3/8. It does include a screw, like a truss head style machine screw. This is in the 630 finish. That ought to mean it's in stainless steel. And my magnet doesn't stick to it at all, which I would expect it to be yeah, it is marginally magnetic. I can tell. And that's a feature of stainless when it's been machined or worked. It'll pick up a little bit of magnetic properties. Lots of corporate advertising on there. As far as I'm concerned, that's wholly unnecessary. I'm just manufacturers who are obviously it is a pet peeve of mine. I'm realizing when there's so much corporate advertising, there should be an option in the catalog that says less stamped logo. In my opinion, there should be. Nobody really thinks of it, but every once in a while there's a customer who is doing a bunch of, this is a real job, several dozen small format interchangeable core drawer locks. Not small format. Schlage, full size interchangeable core. There's a manufacturer who makes housings, drawer locks that will take those cores. And the architect is like, I don't want Schlage on the face of every 23030 if that's the part number. They're interchangeable core. I don't want to see that on my, on my beautiful wall of Anna-Gray veneer or whatever is being, or walnut, or pick any wood you like, or laminate. Yeah, I get that. I wouldn't want corporate advertising everywhere as well. Obviously, it's handy to have the name down the road, but that's no concern of the architect. There should be an option, in my opinion. Let's switch to the screen view and let's look at all the supporting information on this. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. Okay, here's the item that we are looking at. Let's take a look at the extended description. Not a whole lot to see here. Arm cap and screw RH630. Okay, let's take a look at some photographs that we have. There's the label on the package, the contents of the package, additional views and perspectives. The underside, the screw. Now, to find out more information about the item that a manufacturer is selling, there's a couple of approaches that always work. Well, almost always work. What I'm driving at is sometimes you find information in the catalog that's not elsewhere, like the price list. Sometimes you find information in the price list that you don't find elsewhere. So there are times when only in the price list will you actually find the information that you require to quote the job properly. And Rixson is one of those cases. Let's click on the manufacturer's link as seen here. And that page will indeed load. And what we want to do is let's copy our part number and then let's go to the full line product catalog that's there. And when that loads, you can do a find function on your keyboard. And their catalog does a great job with exploded parts drawing, whereas at one point in the past, I think I only was able to see these exploded drawings in their price book, but they're here in the catalog. So this part number is literally a stainless steel base material. The 012144 is stainless. If you have an item that is not stainless steel, you'll change it to a 42. The R and the L are the handing, and the asterisk is going to mean the finish. So you have to insert the finish. So we're dealing with an 012144R-630-AS, a right-hand stainless steel. And obviously that's part C. And there it is, going to cover the arm. This is for a 27, but the reason we do the find function on the keyboard is so that we can find all of the other instances of where it occurs. It's for an L27, a Model 20, the 547, the 140, the F547, offset pivot set, the 147, the F147. These are larger pivots, 117.5, F117.5, and you get the picture. You get the idea. This is how you find where it exists, but you can also say, well, what's the arm cap cover for a number 51? Well, go to the 51 parts drawing, and then voila, you have it. Your part C. Okay? There you go. Obviously, what's really handy about this approach is you can find all of the other parts that you need. You might need the arm cap cover, but you also might need a couple of shims because you're servicing the bottom of the door and things have sagged. The wood door has sagged over time, and you want to build that door height up a little bit with some of the arm bearing washers. You get the concept. On this manufacturer's page, you can view not only all of the Rixson products that we sell by means of this horizontal navigation, but you can also view the manufacturer's website, as seen here, that current product catalog I mentioned earlier, and for fun, I've got a 1920 Rixson catalog here as well. That's interesting to look at if you are at all curious what Rixson offered 100 years ago in terms of door hardware. Remarkably, not much has changed. Part numbers have changed, but the fundamental concepts of what they sell has really not changed. An olive knuckle hinge, I don't think Rixson makes olive knuckle hinges now, but you can sure buy olive knuckle hinges. And what you'll really notice is casement hinge. Yeah, Rixson certainly doesn't make casement hinges. And what you'll notice is much of this Cremone bolts. Yeah, Rixson does not make Cremone bolts. They did 100 years ago. But what you'll notice is all of the hardware in this catalog. Here we go. Here's a floor closer. The number 20 and number 25. Guess what? We just looked at in the current catalog a model number 20. This is a Rixson Junior, I believe. Yeah, I think we would call it... This is the 10 Duo, which is still made, the number 10, and it's a telltale sign. I think we'd call it a Junior. It's this pin here that the arm connects to, that is required to make the unit work when the arm is sitting on top of it. The Unichecks are here, that 60 series. It's not uncommon for someone to call us with a Junior or a Unicheck from literally well before World War II and say, hey, can you fix this? And the answer is, yeah, we probably can. The Juniors have become recently, early 2022, not possible for us to repair because we just don't have the parts anymore. Anyway, so this is interesting if you happen to have a home that's over 100 years old or thereabouts and have a giant mechanism in the floor and you are looking for more information, this catalog could be fun. And there's a 1970 brochure that's here. Identifying the product you have is always a good resource, whether or not you are involved in this distribution business or you're a consumer and you're just trying to figure out what it's called. That's a good document. Then the 401 series of discontinued electromagnetic deadbolts. It's a line of very large electric deadbolts that were made. Here's some historical information regarding that paperwork or that product line. Let's wrap up this video on camera. If you've not hit subscribe yet, we would very much appreciate if you did, and hopefully you're enjoying this video. Now, let's get back to it. Okay, in conclusion, if you have any questions on this Rixson arm cap, not a whole lot to really say about it, but showing you how you find out more about the hardware is always a valuable investment in time, I suppose, watching this video. And they are obviously handed. So any questions on this or any other Rixson product, please feel free to reach out to us. And thank you very much. Thank you for watching, and if you've enjoyed this video, please click thumbs up, please subscribe, and maybe even send the video to someone that you know. Thank you.